Hello, everybody, and welcome in on this Tuesday morning. Brooks Baptiste here checking in from the First Alert Desk, and hopefully your day is off to a great start. We've got a lot that we've got to catch you up on at this hour at 10 o'clock. This is our segment, Catch Up Quick, where we catch you up on all of the headlines that we're staying on top of right now. One that we have to talk about first before we get to anything else would happen to be this one out of Atlanta, where this has been, really one of those stories that's been a bit controversial, and this has been a bit of a divisive development that we are, watching right now. I want to give you a live look of the Atlanta Public Training Safety Center, the Public Safety Training Center, I should say, that is set to open today. You can see that there are dozens of people out there. I'm not sure how far this live picture shows, so that's why I say dozens to be on the safe side, because that is what I can see right now from here. But again, we're giving you a live look where that is supposed to get underway. The opening of the training center will be getting underway just moments from now. If you've been following this story, you understand that it's not just as peaceful and calm as it appears to be here. That's what the image tells. But this is where police officers, firefighters, and other first responders are going to be to train and to utilize this facility. But officials say the center replaces outdated facilities. Opponents of the center say this is construction that destroyed much needed green space. Now, we're saying it's one of the most divisive construction projects in the metro simply because this is the site where Manuel Tehran was shot and killed more than 2 years ago, where there were a lot of people in the area who were protesting the development. Investigators claim Tehran shot a Georgia State Patrol trooper in the leg. Troopers then returned fire, killing the 26-year-old. Tehran's parents have filed a lawsuit seeking damages and demanding a jury trial. So we'll take you back out there live as we learn more about it. And, of course, we will have an update for you on Atlanta News First at noon. Just one of several stories that we are staying on top of right now. Another story that we're watching at this hour is President Donald Trump marking 100 days since he started his second term. Now, here, so far, it's safe to say that he's cracked down on illegal immigration. He's imposed a lot of trade tariffs. A lot of diversity programs have been ended as well. And Atlanta News First Blake Devine localizes this story for us because it has had an impact on businesses right here in Atlanta.
Several small businesses have seen an immediate impact as a result of tariffs, specifically with imports coming in from China, which is why a lot of the businesses that we talk to are holding off on ordering from overseas in order to avoid being taxed. In the 100 days since President Donald Trump took office, a trade war has resulted in 145% tariffs on most Chinese goods. We caught up with a woman who runs a local machine company that relies on electrical components from China to bend metal tubings for chairs and pool entrance railings. She says increasing prices must be absorbed for now, yet remains optimistic.
In the scheme of things, because we are making everything here, I'm hopeful that there's going to be a balancing act where that comes into play. It's just a lot of uncertainty right now.
This morning, there will be a White House press briefing where we will hear from U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent about the successes of Trump's economic policy. Reporting in Midtown, Blake Devine, Atlanta News First.
And right now, there are several DeKalb County students that are facing charges after a fight. It was all captured on camera. This happened at Martin Luther King Jr. High School in Stonecrest, according to our partners with Decatur-ish. Atlanta News First Sarah Hammond has more from the school about what happened here, but do want to give you some background of this story. This is a video that has gone viral on social media, and it appears to show several students fighting one of the teachers. It has created a lot of outrage online. It continues to be one of the most talked about stories here in the metro as a whole, given the circumstances. We are expecting to get an update. We're going to hear from Sarah a little bit later. She'll have a report for us on Atlanta News First at noon. But again, one of the stories that we're watching here is out of DeKalb County, where several students are facing charges after a video appears to show them fighting with a teacher. This was at Martin Luther King Jr. High School in Stonecrest, and we'll keep you posted as we learn more about that here. Last but certainly not least, Kesha Lance Bottoms, the former Atlanta mayor, seems to be inching a bit closer at perhaps filing paperwork, or I should say, at perhaps becoming a contender for the Georgia governor race. Former Atlanta Mayor Kesha Lance Bottoms did file paperwork with the state to establish a campaign committee. Now, this does not mean that she is officially running. There are still a lot of levels and steps to this. In a statement, she called this an important administrative step in this journey. Last week, State Senator Jason Estevez became the first Democrat to enter the governor's race. Republican Attorney General Chris Carr is also running. Governor Kemp cannot run for a third term because of term limits. So right now, Kesha Lance Bottoms has kind of been a bit subtle on her social media pages as she's dropped hints that she could be running for governor, but she hasn't explicitly said it or made an actual announcement. So we'll be watching that, and we'll keep you posted as we learn more about whether she will be running for governor. But as we take a live look outside, take a look at this here. It's cloudy. It's a bit gloomy out there right now, but hopefully those clouds are going to move out of the way. I'm told that if you enjoyed yesterday, you will likely enjoy today. First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi is here. You know what, Courtney, I'll tell you this. Although I was off yesterday, I had to make it back to work today, so it's my Monday technically, but I enjoyed the extended weekend for me because when I went outside, it had some clouds, but that helped with the heat. It wasn't too hot.
Too hot today. It'll be a little warmer than yesterday, but overall, it'll be an overall nice day today once we get rid of those clouds. But you know what? The clouds, that kind of helps protect you from the heat just a little bit for the morning hours. It stops the sun from working so hard. That's what I like to say. And then that prevents temperatures from soaring. And, you know, you got to enjoy it while you can because soon enough, those temperatures are going to be soaring going into those summer months. So get ready for it, everybody. We've got quite a nice day in store, and we will be glad to talk about it here. No first alert weather days in the forecast, which is always nice. That means no super impactful weather for you over the next 7 days. However, we are going to be watching Friday and Saturday very carefully. Yes, unfortunately, it does look like we will start to keep an eye on a rain chance for Saturday as a front starts to move in. That front is currently all the way out to our west, back out in the plains, bringing severe weather out to the plains. They're expecting hail, tornadoes, all modes of severe weather out there. Thankfully, that is not in the cards for us over the next 7 days. However, we could have a few thunderstorms as early as tomorrow afternoon with increasing thunderstorm chances Thursday or Friday and Saturday. No day looks like it's going to be a washout. We still need to work on the forecast in terms of timing and coverage for the storms late week into the start of the weekend. But let's take you through what we know right now. We have an area of high pressure out over the Atlantic, and that's bringing in a more southerly wind, which is helping pump in not only some warmer air, but more moisture-rich air. So you are going to notice it's going to feel a little more muggy the next couple days. Ladies, if you're like me and your hair doesn't hold a curl, hairspray. Best friend, right? Cold front out to our west, and that will move in going into the end of the upcoming work week. For today, we'll see decreasing clouds through the afternoon. Very similar to yesterday, the clouds will hold on pretty tight through the morning, but then we'll start to gradually see more sunshine through the afternoon. We'll be in the mid-70s at your lunch hour, temperatures in the low 80s through the afternoon as you're picking up the kids from school, leaving work today. It's just going to feel spectacular outside. We'll be in the mid-70s still at 9 o'clock. Here's a look at high temperatures today area-wide. All of us anywhere from the mid to upper 70s to low 80s, even the mountains reaching the upper 70s today. 82 for a high in Atlanta, just a little warmer than yesterday. 80 in Carrollton, 81 in Eatonton and in Thomaston. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, will be mostly dry and warm. We'll have a few spotty showers possible in the afternoon. As that humidity starts to increase, you will notice that humidity just a touch more tomorrow afternoon, and that'll lead into kind of a summer-like day. You know, in the summer where it's dry in the morning, but as we heat up through the day, all the storms start to bubble up. That's kind of going to be the scenario tomorrow. So while we'll be mostly dry through the morning, we will have that chance for a spotty afternoon thunderstorm. So as you're picking up the kids from school, heading home from work tomorrow, scattered storms will be possible across Metro. Could carry some heavy downpours, any storms that develop. So just take it easy on the roadways tomorrow if you do run into any of that rain. It wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe send the kids to school with the raincoat. So as they're getting back on the bus later in the afternoon, they're not getting soaking wet getting on the bus. And for those of you heading to work, probably not a bad idea to have the umbrella just tucked in the back seat. Going into the end of the week, again, a cold front will start to move through this front all the way out to our west right now. Not expecting widespread severe weather, but I do think a few stronger thunderstorms will be possible, some gusty wind, maybe some small hail. And going into Friday night, a few lingering showers and storms will be possible. Now, this front is going to be a little bit of a slower mover than what we were thinking yesterday. So, unfortunately, we will keep a rain chance into potentially the first half of the day Saturday. Models are going back and forth right now on how much rain this is going to produce on Saturday, how quickly this front's going to move. So we still need to work on this forecast a little bit. That's why we haven't issued a first alert weather day just yet. You're looking at the European model, which is kind of the worst case scenario for Saturday, keeping rain and storms in the forecast through about 4 o'clock or so, clearing through the evening, and then we all dry out overnight into Sunday. The GFS model, which is our American model, that brings maybe a few showers and a rumble of thunder early Saturday morning, and then we're dry by like lunchtime. So still need to do some work on the weekend forecast, but just know that it does look like rain will linger into at least the start of your weekend. Behind this front, we cool down and dry off. Our humidity will drop. It'll be a really cool and crisp morning on Sunday. Really nice. Some of you might even wake up in the 40s, so don't go putting your jackets away just yet because you are going to need them on Sunday morning heading out to church. Mid-50s in Atlanta, a lot of spots in the low 50s. Really going to be a pleasant morning on Sunday, especially after a warm and humid week. The weekend as a whole will head into the mid-70s on Sunday, and really because of that higher rain chance and the cold front will be cooler all weekend overall. After several days in the 80s, we're dropping into the low to mid-70s over the weekend. Tons of sunshine on Sunday, and that'll continue into next week as well. Next week, honestly, looks great already, looking ahead long range, and we'll kick it off with sunshine in mid to upper 70s. Monday's going to be like a picture-perfect day. If only we could have the day off. If only that was a holiday, it would have been great. Here's a look at that first 7-day forecast. So mostly dry today. Can't rule out a quick passing shower today. Scattered afternoon storms possible tomorrow. And any storms that develop could carry some heavy rain and maybe some gusty wind, frequent lightning. 84 degrees for a high tomorrow. Thursday looks mostly dry and mostly cloudy. Friday is when a cold front moves through, so scattered storms will be fairly likely, especially in the back half of the day. That is also when the Braves come home, playing the Dodgers, their homestand for the weekend. You can watch that on Peachtree TV for free. So if you don't want a chance, maybe a rain delay, because it is possible that the storms could make for a rain delay for that game, you can always watch it at home for free right here on Peachtree TV. Saturday, first half of the day definitely looks to be stormier. Back half of the day looks drier. Still need to work on that timing for Saturday's rain and storms, but Sunday, regardless, looks spectacular with sunshine and 70s after a cool and crisp morning, and we'll keep that nice weather going even into the start of next week. You'll need the jacket Sunday and Monday morning for sure. All right, everyone, thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning here on Atlanta News First Plus. We always appreciate it. Hope you make it a wonderful day, and we'll catch you here next time.